Greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube. Ocarina of Fire here. So today, we're going to preview Cowboys-Eagles, the game of the week for Week 17 in the NFL. The NFC East play-in game for the NFC playoff hunt. Yesterday, I previewed Bears-Packers with Aaron Rodgers. Big news, he will start this weekend. You'll be able to find out if you click right here. So, that'll be right there for you. You can check that out, and the preview of the rest of Week 17 will be out sometime tomorrow. We'll get all that out. So, Cowboys-Eagles, Week 17 at Jerry World, the Sunday night game. And the big question all week is, will Tony Romo play? It was reported on Monday that by Adam Schefter that he has been ruled out, that an MRI revealed a herniated disc, and he will need surgery and will not be able to play this Sunday. Yet, Dallas has not officially ruled him out yet. You know, you've seen in the past that if a player really isn't going to play, Thursday will be the day where they definitely rule him out. It's interesting to see that they haven't ruled him out yet, and there still is a possibility that he will play this Sunday night. Tony Romo, we all know, has a history of not living up to the hype, not playing up to expectations, not playing up to his standards when the game is most important and the lights are shining the brightest. So it'll be interesting to see if A, he's able to get out there in the first place, and B, if he does get out there, will he be effective? I mean, we've seen him in the past. I mean, this past week against the Redskins, play with that injury, and if he's able to play, how will he play? You know, is he going to be a hindrance, or are they better off with Kyle Orton, or is Romo the best chance they got to win? I personally feel that if the doctors clear him to play and he plays, he's going to be fine, because a player knows his body, you know, he knows the situation. Romo isn't just going to go out there for the hell of going out there. He knows that if he can go out there, he's going to be able to compete at the level that he wants to. So, you got the Philadelphia Eagles now coming off a huge win against the Chicago Bears. You know, they've been a real pleasant surprise with Chip Kelly. You know, that offense has been clicking well. Nick Foles has played great since he came back from that concussion injury against Dallas. You know, LaShawn McCoy's leading the league in rushing yards. He's been dynamic. He's been a great playmaker. And it's really interesting to see how this Oregon college run-and gun, spread and shred offense is really competing in the NFL. You know, you haven't seen anything like that with that tempo that was ran in college used in the NFL. And it's interesting to see how it continues to work, and if that will work to get into the playoffs and win football games in January, because that's what everything's all about. Will you win football games in January? So, biggest game of the week, Eagles-Cowboys. It's before the Romo injury was announced, Dallas and Vegas was a 3-point favorite. Since his news that he may not play, the line has swung 10 points, and the Eagles are now favored by a touchdown, which I really don't know how one player can affect the whole touchdown, but 10-point swing, but hey, you know, they know more than I do if they're in Vegas. So, right now, the Eagles are favored by 6, so the Cowboys are home dog. Without Tony Romo, I expect the Eagles to win this game easily. If Tony Romo does play, I think anything can happen. You know, I know Tony Romo, like I said yesterday with Jay Cutler, has to win this game. I mean, I know it's been said a million times, you know, he's got to show up, he's going to show up, but this is the time he absolutely has to do it. He just got paid the huge contract, he just got all the money, he's got weapons now, he's got somewhat of a running game with DeMarco Murray. He needs to win this game at home. You know, if going on the road to Washington last year, that's one thing, you know, it's always tough to win on the road. But if he plays, has this game on the road, at home, I mean, he should definitely win this game. Going over the Eagles, you know, they got to completely exploit that Cowboy defense. You know, that Cowboy defense is a sieve. It's one of the historically worst defenses in the history of the NFL. Like, it's that bad over in Dallas. You know, they've been transitioning from a 3-4 to a 4-3, and Monte Kiffin, a great defensive mind, really hasn't had the tools that he needs to make that defense exactly what he wants from it. So, that defense ain't that good. You know, they're banged up in a lot of spots. You know, DeMarcus Ware hasn't had the dynamic impact here that we're used to seeing out of him. So, LaShawn McCoy, Nick Foles, Deshaun Jackson, Riley Cooper, those guys really got to tear up the Cowboys if they're going to want to win this game. And I think they will be able to have a lot of success moving the ball on offense. And I'll say it once again, the key comes down to Tony Romo. I don't know if Kyle Orton's going to be able to match score for score with the Eagles, because, you know, the Eagles are going to score points, and they're going to score a lot of points, and they're going to score them quickly. So, this game could easily turn out like it was against the Chicago Bears when the Eagles played them, when down 21-0 in flash. You know, before the end of the first quarter, it was 21-0. Jay Cutler had the ball 3 times last week, and it was already down 14-0 the second time he got the ball. So it's really going to be interesting to see how this Cowboys defense will step up and what adjustments, how they will play the Eagles. You know, they played the Eagles well back in Philadelphia, but that was Nick Foles before he got on this huge role and Matt Barkley. So it'll be interesting to see when Nick Foles gets a whole game to get ready for these guys, what he's going to do. I personally, I don't want to back out, but anything. But if Tony Romo plays, the Cowboys win by 2 points. Less than a field goal, be close right down to the end. Tony Romo gets it done, brings them to the playoffs. If Tony Romo doesn't play, I expect the Eagles to win by 10 points. One player shouldn't make that much of a difference, but with Romo does play, the emotional energy that's going to bring, everyone's going to fight for their quarterback. He's playing with a herniated disc. He can barely walk. He can do this, can't do that. He's out there for us. It's just an emotional lift for everybody. And when your quarterback's fighting through an injury like that and putting it on the line for his team, the whole team responds to it. So if Romo plays, Cowboys win in a very tight game. If Kyle Orton has to start, nothing against Kyle Orton, but he ain't going to be able to come off the bench like that and just beat the Eagles. That offense is too good, and I don't think he's going to be able to put up enough points to match what Nick Foles and LaShawn McCoy are doing. So that's a little bit of a preview for Week 17, Cowboys-Eagles. I'll have a preview of the rest of the games up tomorrow. I'll just quick run through them. They're not really as important as these two that I previewed the last couple of days. So that's all I got for now. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate it as always. Like, subscribe, comment, tell your friends, tell your mom, tell your dog. Spread the word. Possibly the best preview. I don't know. You tell me. But anyway, that's all I got for today. Thank you all for watching, and Ocarina of Fire checking out. Have a good one.